Hey, Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, what's going on, everybody? Listen, I just came to run my mouth for a little piece, just a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little piece. Okay, and I feel like I want to vent just a little piece as well about. It's not gonna be a long vent, but we got to talk about Masika, child. I also, because we talk about Masika, I want to get into this girl Lala situation. Girl Lala passed away not too long ago, and we'll tap into that. But before we really get into those things, I want to hop into the Braxtons, right? I want us to check out Tamar Braxton's interview she did where she talks about the cease and desist that she got from her sister. Then I want to tap into Tracy's son who has a sit down with his dad, and he had some things that he wanted to share. So I want us to get into those things. But first things first, let's go ahead and get Miss Tamar Braxton up here on the screen so that we can hear what Tamar had to say about the matter at hand. So for the people that don't know, and y'all may have been hiding somewhere, Tamar Braxton was recently served a cease and desist. Okay, now she has this niece that whose name is Ashley. She is the daughter of her brother, right? Her mother is not in her life. She signed away her rights. Didn't want to have nothing to do with the daddy, which is Tamar's brother, nor Ashley or her sister, who has since passed away. God rest her soul, right? Ashley, at the end of, I believe, last year, came out, talked about a family dynamic that involved her, somewhat of Trina Braxton and Trina Braxton's former husband, Gabe, who has also passed away since. Okay. It was like some inappropriate text messages or things that happened between them when she was a much younger age. Okay. I think she could have been around 16 or something like that. So they had she came out and talked a lot about that. It's a lot of videos online for you guys to go and find and look up. Now, Tamar thought that she was doing a good thing by supporting Ashley and bringing her onto her podcast for her to share her story. Well, because a lot of conversations were happening, people started to call out her sister, and Ashley kind of confirmed that it was Trina because she didn't say which husband it was and which aunt it was, but she kind of alluded to it when she started liking comments over on the TikTok. So when she put that information out and people started figuring out who it was, people started to harass and go in and say all kind of stuff to Trina. Then old interviews began to be pulled up, right? Where she talks about this probably a year or more than a year prior, where she talks about the dynamic of she and her dad. It was like a real old interview and the dynamic of her stepmom and stuff. So she got into all of that. People started going in about the daddy. Okay. So a lot of people believe, including myself, believe that Trina likely sent this cease and desist over. But Ashley came to us and told us that her dad sent her a cease and desist. So she couldn't say his name, whatever. So then we began to speculate and wonder, well, did the dad also send one to Tamar? Well, Tamar, I believe it did come from the brother. The attorney got on an interview online and he said it was no Braxton woman with a vagina. I was like, nigga, like I don't you could have said something completely different, but you wanted to say that word vagina so bad. So he said it was no Braxton woman with a vagina that sent the cease and desist, right? Well, come to find out, it may have been the brother from what we know. However, when it came down to Tamar's address, from my understanding, Trina did give up Tamar's address because she was asking that. And that's what I was trying to tell some people when it came down to Tamar and her upsetness. Like, even if the sisters didn't send the cease and desist, she felt like they were aware about it. They knew what was going on, and everybody is sitting up here trying to play dumb for the most part, right? That's exactly what I was thinking. And come to find out, I don't think I was wrong because it ended up being Trina. And Tamar kind of addressed that, like, okay, Trina was the one that ended up giving out my address or whatever the case was for this man to come after me. And I think that it could have been a Trina's attorney because they also had a sit down in the final episode of the Braxton family where they kind of talked about it. And I believe it was Trina's attorney, but Trina was saying that she did not send her attorney to do that. However, she may have provided the attorney with the address, but her brother was the one that pressed the button on it. But I feel like y'all both was in cahoots, in my personal, because it wasn't making neither one of y'all look good. So Trina probably was like, I'm not going to be the one to say anything, but shoot, since my brother want to take action, yeah, I'm going to give you the information. You go ahead and take action, right? Because you're saving the both of us. And with you taking action, at least I can sit back and say, oh, I had nothing to do with it, yada, yada, yada. Right. So that's those are my thoughts about it. But I want us to tap into this quick interview over here on the Jasmine brand where she gets into those details. Give me 1 second because I do want to pull that up. So
Yeah.
And so when my house got robbed, it was that was really hard for me. And people that's close to me knew that, and I have gone to great lengths and spent an obscene and so when my house and spend an obscene amount of money keeping my home and keeping myself safe because it's just Logan and myself. And when that was violated, that was like, wow, so y'all giving out my address now? Well, y'all know. Because I know that everybody was like, well, she lived with her mother, and everybody thought and spend an obscene amount of money. And everybody thought I was having financial issues. No, that wasn't the case. I just didn't feel safe anywhere. You know? And it was like, I didn't want to leave from my mother's house because if everybody has a good relationship with their parents, your home or your family's home is a safe place. And everybody thought our home is a safe place. So for me, it took me a long time to actually buy a house here that I actually lived in. Like I have 3 that's just sitting here in the city because I just didn't feel safe enough to move into.
So when they gave out that address, you just felt like they already knew
home is a safe.
They already knew what you was going through.
Yeah, man, because not only did he send it to my house once, he sent it to my house 3 times. He sent it to my house. He had someone walk it up to my house. He sent it where they sent it through U.S. mail, and then they sent it through.
They already knew what you
through,
and it said your name on it.
Said my name, where I was, and sent it through UPS, and I'm like, I mean, are we being intentional here?
Now, what the attorney said was that they sent it through the concierge. He had somebody walk up there, give it to the concierge. They're supposed to deliver it. Tamar is saying the person came to her door. So I don't know. Now, I've heard her say that before, like the person came to her door. So he said concierge. I don't know because he wasn't there. He just sent somebody. So do he really know where they walked up to? Or is he just going off of what they say? I don't know. Could she be exaggerating? Because if they already came to the door, why would they send it via UPS and UPS? Right? USPS and then UPS is what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was really upset about it. And unfortunately, at that table was the first time that I had seen it through.
You told them, like, I got a cease and desist and nobody said anything.
Because it was never a factor of a cease and desist. It was the fact of who gave out my personal information.
Yeah.
My home.
You told them, like, I got a cease and desist.
So y'all just heard what Tamar had to say. Her issue was, who the hell gave out my address when you already know everything that I'm going through? And that's kind of what I was thinking. But more so, right? Why y'all sitting up here playing in my face, acting dumb as hell, like y'all don't know what the fuck going on? Even Toni Braxton played in her face a little bit, acting like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Da 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 da. You was over there kind of with that too, only for you to end up confirming and telling the truth about the fact that, oh yeah, I did tell Tamar this. I did tell Tamar that Ashley should be on this show, the Braxton show. Let me tell you, they weren't gonna do that but try to exploit Ashley the same way they exploited Traci's son. In all honesty, the same way they exploited Traci's son. Now, I will say this, we're gonna get into a clip of Traci's son and what he has to say. He's talking to his dad about why he didn't attend his aunt's wedding. Now, y'all know on the show, Towanda had a wedding. Right? Got married to Sean, whatever the case was. Don't know why Kev Jr. was not there. We're about to learn it. Her own son was not there. Her son was graduating from the Navy. A lot of people have questioned, why would you even have your wedding day on the same day that your son is graduating from the Navy? I don't know what that's about, but yeah, that is a bit awkward, right? I mean, maybe it was last minute and she already booked and locked in the date before she knew the actual date that he was going to be coming out. But I would have tried to probably see if I could move it. And then, but when you got so many people involved with that, like the caterers, the wedding people, it probably wasn't much of a flexible date. And unfortunately, maybe it felt like that. Like maybe she didn't know originally when his graduation date was going to be. Y'all got to let me know, y'all military people. And with her not knowing that and her locking in this venue, right? Locking in all the different people, whether it was the decorators, whether it was the caterers, whether it was the flower people, it was a lot of things she probably had in play to where she couldn't change it for her son. And it resulted in her missing his Navy graduation and also him missing the wedding, and both of them probably had to be okay with that. Right. So yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that. Okay, when it comes to her son not being there and her having a wedding day on the day that her son is graduating the Navy. Let's hear what Kev has to say.
What pretty much happened? I'm not gonna talk in code. I can clip this. Whatever. I had a miscarriage. I had a baby on the way. So that was my emergency. So When I called the producers for the show, I was like, I can't find my license because I lost it in my bag. So he was like, what are you going to do? I was like, well, I can try to drive down there. I was like, all right. So I called one of my friends up. I was like, so we can get a rental. We can shoot down to Atlanta. I can go get my suit because the lady for Tawanda's wedding, she texted me. And then I was like, I called the producer. I was like, well, I didn't get my suit yet. And he was like, it's already here. So I'm like, okay. When I was talking to my friend, my girl called me. She was like, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. I'm going to the hospital. So I was over at my sister's house that day. My sister took me to her job. I called the ambulance. The ambulance came, took her to the hospital. We was in the hospital for like a full day, from like 2 p.m. to like 6 a.m. the next day. So I'm just sitting there taking care of her because the doctor just said she had a miscarriage. All right, now I can't go. So I had to call my aunt and say, like, yeah, I can't make it. My girl just had a miscarriage, so I had to miss the wedding. You understood that. I kept it on secret, on hush hush, but since I keep getting asked, and then it's making it seem like Towanda just pretty much said, no, you can't be in it. Nah, I was in the wedding. I was supposed to be not the best man, but a groomsman. But I couldn't make it. I can't do nothing about it. I wasn't going to leave my girl after she had a miscarriage by herself. I mean, I feel like a shitty person for that. Her first child, my first time dealing with a miscarriage, I'm not doing that. That's not happening. I had to pick and choose. As a man, I had to pick and choose which one's worth it. Me staying with my girl after his miscarriage or go to a wedding. I mean, we pretty much involved. We've been dating for, a year plus. I made the decision to not go.
No, that's
I
right.
said not to go. Now, like I said, I could have drove down to Atlanta because I didn't have my license. I didn't have my physical license on me. But I could have had my friend drive me down there. He has a friend down there. I could stay with either my grandmother or my cousin. I chose to stay. What pretty much happened? I'm not gonna.
So that's what he had to say, okay? He did not go down there because his girl miscarried. So that's why he didn't go. Let me tell you something, Kev. You did what you needed to do. I think the best thing for him to do was to be with the partner that he had that miscarried the child versus going down there to Tawanda's wedding. And honestly, the way Tawanda left your ass last year in that hotel, when you was terrified and afraid and you was like scared, I think your anxiety was peaking. You wasn't sure if you was gonna wake back up, like you were very anxious and shit. And she still left you in that hotel so she can go lay down beside her damn man. You did everything right by going home or staying home, shall I say, with the woman that you just miscarried the child with, because she needed all the support that she could get because that was her first child, first miscarriage, it appears, and she just confused, don't know what the hell going on. And I think you did right. That wedding one talking about SHI, nor a piece of a T. In all honesty, you know what I'm saying? Still was giving tacky. I don't care how y'all feel. Still was giving tacky. I actually liked her dress though. I ended up liking her dress. I just was not expecting this type of dress to be for a wedding, right? It's her. She could do what she wants to, and it's my feelings, and I cannot like it if I want to. Okay, bloop bloop, bloop bloop. Okay, absolutely. So I think that he did what was right. Shit, I'm not gonna go down there. I got other stuff. I got other pressing matters. And if it was you, she wouldn't have thought twice about doing what she needed to do for hers. Do you understand the way she left your ass in that hotel? Understand? Would not have come down. All right. And shout out to you for sitting right there beside your dad as you give your thoughts on why you did not attend. Although they was leaking footage and putting shit out trying to further divide y'all, trying to further make your dad look like the bad guy. People still misunderstanding her documentation or her will, trying to say she left everything to her son so the daddy couldn't get nothing. Not even true. The sisters was the ones that didn't get shit. But anywho, child, that's another conversation. Next, I want to get into Masika because I got a little piece of a rant. Because BITCH, you had me down here having your back just a little piece, letting people know that you could grieve however the hell you want to grieve. But the BITCH, this ain't grieving. Okay? Every time somebody had your back just a little piece, you want to go and do some foolish stuff and just make the people look crazy. Okay? Now, granted, we already know Masika and that man was kind of like estranged or whatever. Like he came out, her husband that has now passed away came out like earlier in the springtime, kind of calling her out just a little bit. Like he didn't like how she was showing up or whatever. Something I think he said was unbecoming of a wife. Whatever it was, they were having issues that they were having. All in all, neither one of them got a divorce. You could be talking to attorneys all day, but y'all ain't found nothing to initiate no damn divorce. So that leads me to believe that Masika and her husband had some on and off, on and off, on and off, back and forth, figuring it out, not figuring it out. You pissing me off, playing with marriage a little piece, okay? Now, weeks before he died, they was all linked up, she and him, with their children, like a whole family. So again, it's giving on and off even within a marriage, right? But at the same time, you telling everybody else to sit up here and have respect for your husband and the fact that he's passed away and let you grieve how you want to grieve and all of this other SHI. But why are you telling other people to have respect for your husband, but then you coming down here to the damn front and I don't even feel like you having that much respect for your damn self, let alone him. Okay, the way you ready to go ahead and repost another man, okay, and putting baby and heart eyes and putting a ring up and then turning around, got another photo that's posted of y'all all up under each other. Like, girl, I don't even think you really honoring your damn self. I don't feel like you giving yourself the respect that you want other people to give you. I feel a way about it. Out here looking crazy as hell. It ain't that much damn attention in the world. Then you got the brother. Remember she was going in on a fake ass brother? He come out with a video trying to drag her, talk about her, say all kind of things. She has to go back to the social media. Okay, had to go back to the matter of fact. Let me see if I still have that because that man there. It's like, and this is the same man. If you watch my previous video where I felt like he really was trying to hunch on Masika, trying to act like they all cool and sis, you made him the man that he is today, and this, that, and the other, and sis, that, and then sitting over there dragging her in a whole nother group chat to the guys. Whole time you really trying to smash her. We see you, Zika. We see you. But let's hop over here real quick and see what this dummy had to say. Hurry up.
So was she really cheating during the match? Look, she was cheating before, during, after, and still. Let me say it again. Before, during, after, and still. But that's none of my business. It ain't about the cheating part. It's about the faking in front. Like, you just so devastated and hurt and crushed. I don't care about the cheating. We already know you're doing that. It just don't get up here in front and put on like here. For real. You got this old grandma address on, this old catnap on, you have a plan. You ain't drop one tip. That's what I'm tripping on. We know what caliber.
Hurry up, sir. You gotta hurry up. Okay, good.
Female, whatever you do. I don't know how that celebrity shit goes.
And you will never know how it goes, baby. Why you out here getting a little piece of damn clout that your ass can get, okay, off the situation. Understand that. But what I will say is I don't give a fuck about Masika cheating on that man before, during, and after. You know why? Because the dumb ass continued to date her. He continued to marry her ass and then stayed married to her while she was cheating. So I refuse to believe that she was out here doing her thing. When you out at the club, don't think I'm not feeling good in somebody's spot, getting hot. Don't stop. Just don't think I'm not, because I'm not getting hot, honey. I refuse to believe that that lady was out here getting hot with other men and he wasn't out here getting hot with other women. Be very clear. And in the comment section, don't know if it's true, but I'm seeing somebody make a comment saying that man was literally texting my cousin 2 to 3 days before he passed. So they both was doing him 1000%. That's why I say they go back, come back together, go back, come back together, because the sex probably was good, whatever the case was. Unfortunately for him, he ended up passing away due to a drunk driver. And I'm so sorry that happened. Right, and that she lost him. But it doesn't mean that she can't grieve the great moments that they did have together, despite whatever it is. Some of these people be out here still grieving the poor, terrible ass parents they got. Okay, y'all still be out here grieving over these terrible ass parents that y'all got, still wanting them to be in your life in some capacity, still sad about. So why she can't grieve over this damn man? Right? It's just about, for me, my issue is more so you trying to tell people what they should do when it comes to your grieving, but then you ain't even respecting your damn self when it comes to the grieving. So it's not making sense for me on that front. Okay, but I'm not trying to hear SHI or homeboy has to say about his homeboy's wife when your homeboy chose her as a wife and your homeboy chose to stay married to her as a wife. So cut it out. Not interested. Let us keep going, because Masika came up and she went to the front And Masika said this. She says, grown men want that much attention off of me that bad. Posting 5-year-old sneak videos of me. Y'all are clowns. You're mad because it's not you, okay? You're disgusting. Y'all smile in my face and thank me 100 times for holding my husband down like I did, even though y'all know what was going on. I did everything by myself. Y'all pray. Y'all better pray you have a wife that's going to take care of everything for you, even if you've been separated with the divorce pending, okay? She says, out of respect for my late husband, I won't speak on that, but you weird ass clout chasing niggas know. How fucking dare you? All right. So basically, you sitting up here online trying to clown her for cheating or whatever it was that she was doing. Right. So it looks like, according to her, when she said the divorce was pending, looked like they did process or go forward with the divorce, but it's still giving to me. They still was hopping on each other. Back and y'all ain't had that much of assets that needed to be damn divided up, in all honesty. But again, you was right there beside your homeboy while he was fucking off on her. Hello, you was likely right there beside him while he was humping off on her. And then you want to come down to the internet and try to drag her because it's getting you a few little bit of followers and a little piece of attention. You're whack, sir. Forever whack to me. Let's keep going so I can wrap this up, child. The next thing I want to get into is Girlllll. So Girlllll, from my understanding, was a trans individual who ended up being unalived by her boyfriend. Right? Their boyfriend unalived them, and very sad. I think they had like a DV, domestic type situation that was going on, and it resulted in this person passing away. And the daddy brought his whack ass down to social media to say, oh, if you don't bury my child how I want my child buried, how they came into this world, then I'm not going to the funeral and all this and that. And it's like, it kills me so much that your ego is bigger than the love that you have for your child. You're not a real parent to me. If your ego is bigger than the love that you have, then if your ego is bigger than the love that you have for your child, for me, you're not a real parent. You're more so a parenting in a pandering individual to me. Somebody that's pandering to other folks, that's going to agree with how you agree with things, see shit how you see it, instead of honoring how your child feel and how they chose to live their life, because it's no longer your life. You had so much control of their life when they was up and coming. Now that they doing and taking care of things for themselves, I don't feel like you got a whole lot to say so until it's time to plan the funeral, right? I feel like, in my personal, how they lived on earth is how they, like, you should have buried them, in my personal. Okay. That's what I think. Do for them what they likely would have done for themselves. And do you think that he was going to want to be buried like that? Hell, did you think that he would want to be buried at all or cremated? But anywho, let's keep going. So this person says they put Girlllll in a suit. No nails, no makeup, no wig. This is so disrespectful to who she was. They could have definitely kept her as what she identified as. I mean, she already went through enough. So this person says, I don't care. His dad got every right to feel how he feel and do what he want to do with his son. I hear y'all, but I don't. Because at the same time, I understand the position of the father, or the hierarchy of the father, but also I feel like when you step out and you've grown, and if he was likely taking care of his damn daddy bill, or if Girlllll was likely taking care of the daddy bills, right, versus the other way around, then why do you get to bury them how you want to? Like, I mean, I hear y'all, but I don't. Not as a full grown ass person. Right? I don't know. I hope you. I can't. I'm so confused on why does everybody feel like they need to have an opinion on someone that is not their child? Let these people grieve in peace. It would have been in peace if the daddy wouldn't have brought his ass down to social media trying to drag and get clout off of Girlll's name, talking about they better bury my child like this or that. I'm not gonna attend. If the daddy did not come down to the internet with the fucking ego, the people wouldn't be all up in their business like that. Hello? Y'all love to invite people into y'all fucking mess, and then when they have an opinion about it, y'all get upset about it. Get it together. Right? Somebody said, then apparently there's not enough funds to have a quality second viewing with Lala done up properly that respects her transition. Somebody says, I just feel like, oh, that's Alonzo. I just feel like the constant quote unquote son and him are intentional, but you know what? I didn't know Girlll or what they identify with. Not my child. So somebody says, I feel this not no one's business to speak or share think pieces on. I feel like when you put it out there, they're gonna share it. You may not feel like it's nobody's business for them to yet y'all these are think pieces right here. You leaving your tweet on the matter is still a think piece as well. Y'all getting down in the comment section with your opinions is still a think piece as well. People, they shouldn't have put it out there. And if y'all want to blame anybody, in my personal, don't blame the people that got an opinion. Blame the fucking daddy for bringing it to the internet. Why are you coming to the internet to tell the fans or the people that don't even know? I didn't even know Girlllll until this situation happened. So why are you coming down to the internet trying to tell people what you desire for your child? Why you ain't take your ass down there and make sure you express that to the family and to the funeral home? That's what the fuck you should have been doing. Hello? But it is what it is, it's all, hey, if Girlllll did not express the desire of what they wanted for their funeral, then this is the risk that you take. And I feel like that's with anybody, right? That's what a person may not have wanted to be buried in a certain color, but because maybe it wasn't discussed, because people don't like to discuss those things. Maybe some people got buried and didn't even want to damn be buried. Hello, didn't even want nobody coming looking down on them like that. Because it wasn't discussed. Some people don't get that. Some people discuss it and they still don't get what the hell they want, child. So, it is what it is, honey. Either way, good luck. I know y'all ready to argue about something down in the comments. So I'm going to let y'all carry on and do what you do. That's all I got. I'm Jamie. That's me. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, telling my priest to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM. And the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATL. Got them trying to clone me like ages. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I could face the rim. Putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man? They say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can feel the pool.